And good morning, good morning, good morning. We are back in the building. Welcome, Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Good morning. It is Monday.
It is. I know, seriously, because today when I was coming in, I was like, oh gosh, Finn's is not open today. What am I going to eat?
Yep. I was driving in as well, and I was like, damn, the weekend was crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Already.
We did a lot this weekend.
For real. It was crazy, and now it's another whole week, and it's not. And I'm excited because after right now, it's
the weekend. It is.
So welcome to Friday, aka Monday, and we are here in the building for our last show of the week. And then it's Juneteenth weekend, right off of Juneteenth Day. So quick check-in, Miss Tony, how you doing, honey?
I'm doing good. I ain't got no complaints. I really don't, which is cool. And I feel nice, and I'm looking forward to the weekend. I don't know why, because I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing, but I'm just happy again that it's going to be another day off. I like a day off.
I love a day off.
But I'm doing good. We had what do we do? Where did we get into this weekend?
Thursday weekend.
So Wednesday, right? So Wednesday night we went to celebrate Auntie Maisie's 75th birthday.
75
on Wednesday. 75 years old, and she looks so good for what you would think 75 is.
Yeah.
And so we went to Venezia. The whole family went out there, and we had a really nice time. It was a great night out there on the water. Venezia, Auntie Maisie's 75th birthday, and it was Auntie Maisie and Uncle Richard's 52nd wedding anniversary. Isn't that crazy? 52 years. Wow. And them two is still so in love. And I love that. I will never, ever have that. And I'm just glad that I've got to experience it at some point in my life, which is amazing.
So never, ever.
I will never, ever. Tristan, I'm 50. Now, it ain't going to happen. I would have to meet him today and live to 100 to be in a relationship for 52 years with somebody.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
So, yeah. So, at least I got to experience it. So, that was really, really nice. And then yesterday was Juneteenth. It was extremely, extremely hot. And, it was just a really, really chill day. Went and saw Sauce was hosting the
Juneteenth Freedom Cookout, third annual Juneteenth.
Yes.
And that was put on by Black Brown Boston and Black Girls Incorporated.
At the
Shirley Hustis house.
Hustis. I was like, I know, I'm gonna remember this name this time because of the people. We know peoples with that name,
which was very interesting because I'm still recovering from some type of sickness that I had that took my voice away. So Wednesday when I left here, it was damn near gone. Wednesday was gone. It went away. And then Thursday, it came back for a couple of hours. And I just want to say that hosting takes a lot of energy. And number two, it was hot as F yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
It reached 91 damn degrees. It was supposed to be 89. I don't know what the difference is.
My car read 100 for a minute.
But it was crazy.
Yeah.
It was absolutely nuts.
Because of the humidity.
Yeah. Like I walked down the street because it was maybe 5 minutes from my house, not even. And by the time I got there, I was drenched in sweat. Like it looked like I just played a hard game of basketball. And I didn't play any basketball. I didn't play any.
And the thing is for me about the heat is that I get a really bad attitude in the heat. It makes me very, very angry. And I love the summertime. I love it, love it, love it. But the heat, like that kind of oppressive, heavy heat that weighs on you gives me a very horrible attitude. So that was that. But it was, it was a nice little event. It was a nice event. They had the live band, they had the DJ there, looks like they had a lot of activities that were going on. And so that was really nice. It was nice for people to do that. There's lots of Juneteenth celebrations that are going to continue throughout the weekend. Triz is going to a really nice thing out in New York tomorrow. And I really, really, really wanted to join you. I really, that was in my heart. But
you gotta come lift up some.
Yeah, you better go. Put on a dress and get your muscles on. And get out
if
there.
I break my nail?
Oh, then that's a sacrifice you got to make to have a good day.
I don't know, but anyhow, what did you get into yesterday, Triz?
I was gonna go out yesterday, but I ended up over here. for the lit mix.
Yeah.
All day long.
It was lit and mixing in here, wasn't it?
Yeah, man, and that was about it. I was gonna go out, and then I was like, it's just hot.
It was.
Yeah.
I think it's just better for me
That's
to
what
stay
Danielle was
in the
like.
house.
I wouldn't suggest that you come out here.
Nope.
I wouldn't suggest it.
Wouldn't suggest.
And I went to the sprinklers with the boys, and we sat in them sprinklers for about 2 hours. And I sat by the side of the sprinklers and let it splash me because I was like, it is too hot, and this little splashing feels nice.
Very. It's really. If you guys can get near a sprinkler system or something like that this summer, make it a habit. Find a near park that has sprinklers or some water. Put a sprinkler in the back of your house.
And if you got a pool, be my friend, please.
Yes, please.
We actually have a lot of sprinkler places around here. River Street.
Yep,
and
we do.
Yeah,
the
and
Greenway.
it looks like because of the heat yesterday, they're opening the pools early. So we have that. We're gonna give that to you in the
dope.
local news. Let you know
good.
the pools are open.
Is there Boston pools open?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
I hope so.
I grabbed that, and I hope that's what
I hope so.
But yeah. And we got a nice little interview lined up for you guys today as well. So it's going to be a day. It's going to be a nice day here at Spark FM. Thank you for joining us. Stick with us. We got some good stuff for you. Spark FM, Saucy, and Friends in the morning.
Let's go.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
That's what they do.
Spark FM. 617-272-3387. All right, let's take a look. The all-new Spark FM. Log on to sparkfmonline.com. The People Station. What is that? Spark FM.
All right, we are back. Today is June 20th, and it is Friday. June 20th. It's 9:31 a.m. And unlike yesterday, it's going to be pretty mild today. Well, no, I wouldn't even say mild. It's going to reach a high of 80 degrees today, which is
But tolerable.
hot, but tolerable, yeah. Currently it's 71 degrees, which I absolutely love. I think this is my safe zone right here.
I told you,
Yep.
once it goes over 75, I start frowning.
Yep. Feels like 65 right now, which is great as well. So, the cooler it is, I think it's the wigs. It might have to be the wigs because my head from the head down, it just goes crazy. Tomorrow is going to be 85 degrees. I got to get through this all the way till Tuesday because it's imperative that we understand what's happening. There's going to be no rain for another Saturday tomorrow. Nice. So that's good. So it's going to be a high of 85. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, however, stay your ass in the house. Sunday's going to be 92 degrees. What? Monday's going to be 95 degrees. And then Tuesday, 99 American degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius. It's going to be 99 degrees. I don't know what he just said. Round it off. 100,000 degrees.
Right.
That's crazy.
Spontaneous combustion. That's what it is. That's what it's gonna
be. The heat is going to do. The AC got to be on everywhere. Y'all really got to get your minds right because it's going to be hot. It's going to be hot.
Mm-hmm.
God, it's going to be hot.
I'm not looking forward to that. You know what I mean? Like I'm already upset about it. It's warm in here today right now.
Yeah, it is.
And that's not even where it's going to be.
Put your microphone
so
down.
far.
Yeah.
I sound what?
So far.
And put it.
I sound so far with the mic right here.
Yeah, literally. I don't know why that is. And we're playing with the volumes, not you. We're just trying to figure out what happened. Say it again. Check baby one.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello.
That is so crazy. Because usually her mic is the loudest mic. Say it one more time.
Hello.
Oh, it sounds a little better now, but it's interesting. But yes, we got a great show for you because a lot has happened in the last couple of days.
Quite a lot.
So we'll get into all those things, and then we do have an interview with Talk of the Town G Honcho a little bit later. So make sure you guys keep it locked, pay attention, share it up.
Yeah.
Mike Nice said today is Factual Friday, and we're gonna get to the facts.
It's actual and factual.
Hella.
I don't know. I just want to say that.
That was in the song, right?
Actual and factual. It's the
What
one
song
I'm
is that?
thinking of,
That was the song.
baby.
That was a black song.
What song is that?
Actual and factual.
Oh, it's TLC.
Oh, yeah,
Baby,
yeah,
baby,
yeah, yeah,
baby.
yeah, yeah,
I couldn't figure out what happens after actual and factual. So let's get into our around the way news. Miss Tony, what is up?
What's going on? So, the biggest news in the Massachusetts and across the nation. Karen Freed.
There we go.
Freed.
Now she's back, boy. God.
Karen Freed.
Yes, correct. Karen Freed. I like that.
Freed.
Karen
Sauce
Freed.
called me Wednesday afternoon and was like, not guilty. And I screamed and I shed a small tear.
And it was so crazy because I heard it by accident. I happened to be driving my mom's car and she listened to WBZ.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it was like, yeah, I heard the verdict as it was being read. And I was like, oh my God.
And I still haven't heard it as it was being read because I want to hear that part.
It was great.
And
It was great.
I was so happy. I was so happy. I posted, I was like, I have never been more happy for a white woman in my life.
And that
Karen
was
Freed.
So that was another interesting feeling as well.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying that we're against white people and
Right.
we don't like white women
Right.
and stuff like that. But right now what is happening is overwhelmingly these women have voted against our better interest.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of tension and a little bit of,
Yeah.
there. And now, but for her, even though she might be one of those
She's a
women,
literal Karen.
yeah, literally. I was just so happy because corruption is corruption, period.
That's
right?
what I said. Justice is justice,
Yes.
and I'm for that for
Yep.
whoever it is. And I really do not believe that this woman did this. I don't
Me
care
either.
what color she is. Honestly, I
Yeah.
thought it was a victory for women as
Yep.
a whole because women as a whole are under attack here in this place right now.
And you always also talk about dating a cop and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah, no. That is
repercussions that come from that.
Yeah.
sometimes.
That is a thing that I absolutely would not do. And I did have a really huge crush on one police officer who is not Ayanna Parsley's personal security. But I would never date him for real, even though I still like to look at him. Karen Mead made a bold claim about her Boston cop boyfriend in her first words after she was acquitted of killing him. Karen Reed took a victory lap, and I don't think she did that outside of the court, made a bold claim in her first words after being acquitted of killing her Boston boyfriend cop on Wednesday. No one has fought harder for justice for John O'Keefe than I have and my team, she said outside court in Dedham.
Pick me.
As she thanked her screaming supporters. Go,
Pick me.
Go, you.
I don't think that she should have said that.
I don't think she should have said that either.
I think it was in the poor taste.
You know what?
Yep.
I really did not appreciate
I think
it very much.
because she didn't. She didn't, because you were during your trial, you were fighting for your own life, so you never had time to fight for John O'Keefe, really. But even so, even if she did, you just got acquitted from killing this man that all of these police people want you to whatever.
Yeah.
Say something like, now I get a chance to grieve for John O'Keefe, or I really hope justice is served to John O'Keefe, and make it a message that is
bipartisan.
that is a little bit more user friendly.
Yeah. I wonder, because it took a while for her to come out of the courthouse, right? Like we were waiting outside. Me and the news were waiting outside for a long time. And I wonder if they discussed what she would say and if they felt like that was what she should have said. I don't know. Anyhow, she said that the financial analyst was only convicted of a drunk driving charge, while avoiding the more serious charges of second-degree murder, manslaughter, and leaving the scene of an accident causing death at her second trial.
Tristan's got a clip.
Yep.
But it's kind of long, so pull it back. I guess it's a little commentary.
Her, with that charge and tried to prove that she knew she could kill John O'Keefe, and
she knew she could kill him.
The defense did an amazing job of saying, okay, here's an alternate explanation of what happened, and the police did not do a good job of investigating that. And I think that's what really grabbed people, the fact that there were all these sort of weird things that occurred, and how this investigation unfolded, it did seem like they were singling on Reed from the start.
And the jury originally came back with a verdict yesterday. Then they took it back. Then they finally came back with the verdict
What
that
was
we
that?
know today. It's a little unusual. You kind of talked about it on air yesterday. You tweeted about it as well. What's your reaction to this? And do you ever think that we will see that original slip?
It's in evidence. The judge said we're putting So what happened was the jury knocked on the door. The court officer came in and said, we have a verdict. And they gave the court officer the verdict slip. But before it actually got entered, the jury came back and said, no, we don't have a verdict. They didn't take the verdict slip back because that was entered in evidence. But, so we're sitting there going, what the heck is happening? And then it was in a matter of 15 minutes that they said, no, we actually have a verdict this time. So you have to wonder, I'm so, if there are any jurors who want to speak with us, we would love to have an opportunity to do that. I'd love to know what was going on in that room as these final decisions were being made. And they said, okay, no, we don't think the prosecution proved that there was a car crash here. And I think that's what this verdict shows, right? That, the only thing that they convicted her on was OUI. So all the charges associated with a car crash scenario, she was found not guilty of.
Yeah.
So Karen Reed faces the prospect of the civil case filed against her by the O'Keefe family.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
been in the spotlight for a
that's
tremendous amount of time here. She's become a household name. What is next for her now? Will she try to return to a normal life? Is that possible? Do you see her remaining in the spotlight?
Yeah, I see her embracing this for the rest of her life.
Wow.
Obviously, she's in a huge financial hole. She told me that, her legal fees were $5 million and counting.
Wow.
She raised money from supporters, about $1 million, but, that's a significant hole. Those lawyers worked around the clock for years. They're going to need to get paid. So I would imagine there'll probably be a book in the works,
Of
maybe
course.
some sort of documentary or something
Absolutely.
like that she's associated
Interviews,
with.
hosting
And
gigs.
I see this.
Walkthroughs.
Teaching college or working in an office for Fidelity. I think this is.
Yeah, we can end it there.
Has she been? I mean, like what? Right. So did she get fired from her job? Like what was she?
She had
doing?
to because she couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's crazy. Yeah. You know what? Yeah. There's got to be a book. There has got to be a memoir, a book. There's got to be a documentary. Then there's got to be a movie because I want to see the movie of what they think happened, really happened. And there's got to be, interviews, exclusives, people's covers of magazines and all those
there's already
things.
a 2020 special on Hulu already because Hulu be on it.
Yeah, you said that Hulu was doing like a live react. Oh no, that was Diddy.
Oh, they do have two Diddy documentaries on Hulu. But so that's the civil case though is what people are now talking about if they're going to go after her civilly. And in light of what you said about what she came out and said after the courtroom, I think that things like that, a lot of things that she has said in these documentaries and other things, because she didn't testify at the trial, but a lot of things that she's said in these other things, I think will support.
Has there ever been any big profile case that the person has testified? Or is that just not what they do?
I think it's always not. It's always
not recommended.
frowned upon.
Not recommended.
Yeah.
They don't.
Not
recommend
encouraged.
that they do that. Yeah. That's weird.
I think the only person that should have took the stand was Tory Lanez.
Still should.
Still should.
Yeah.
But he won't because
Karen Reed
he's a liar.
dating show, said Schneider.
Yeah. Oh no. She should never date
Karen
again.
Reed dating show now.
Karen Reed would have to have a relationship that is so private that not even her family knows that she is in a relationship.
And do you think she can have that from now on? Like it's going to be years before she can get back to having any kind of privacy. She's a celebrity.
And then also maybe she dating one of her lawyers. You
That's
never
what I
know.
think. She dating
I
one
think
of
she
the
dating one of her lawyers.
She should date one of them.
One of them, they're like after the verdict, the embrace that they had, it was such a long, loving
And then
embrace.
she was touching the face.
Yeah,
and
like,
stuff.
and I understand that that's because we spent a lot of time together, but that seemed like an emotional embrace. Yeah, I happened to break the news to Tristan as well, so I was really excited about that.
My mother's in the background like, I want to tell somebody. I want to tell somebody to tell her.
I was trying to figure it out at that exact moment. I was definitely Googling like, why are they letting it out? Like, but then I saw on Facebook I saw it on Facebook before I saw anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Facebook be the first to report the news.
I'm telling you.
We got Sparkle in the building today.
Investigation underway after a person is shot in Boston. Police say, is he okay? Okay. Boston police say the Boston Police Department is currently investigating a shooting. According to police, around 10:01 p.m., reports came in of a motor vehicle crash with a person trapped inside the vehicle in the area of 163 Rutherford Street. Once officers arrived on the scene, they noticed that the victim had been shot, upgrading the initial response from a motor vehicle crash to a shooting.
Man, 2 million.
You know who this?
No, but this is Brockton.
No. Rutherford Street, right off of Humboldt.
Oh, which one is this?
Humboldt. The victim was transported to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Due to the severity of the victim's injuries, the Boston Homicide Unit had been dispatched to the scene of the incident, and they will keep us up to date on what's going on. There's something happened to Brockton too?
Yeah.
The murder-suicide?
The next story you got there.
Okay, so local attorney weighs in after two domestic murder-suicides occur in 1 week. So 2 murder-suicides have happened in Massachusetts in less than 1 week. Both were causes of domestic violence. At a home on North Main Street in Brockton on Wednesday, the police county district attorney said 18-year-old Urieli Santos was found dead on the floor with multiple gunshot wounds. Oh my gosh. The suspect, 22-year-old Starly Roa Tavares, was found with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head, and a gun was located nearby. 18 and 22. Boston News spoke to the landlord of the home where the crime occurred. I mean, it's my first time seeing a real crime like that, said landlord Raul Perez. I wish I could say I'm shocked, but I'm not, attorney Wendy Murphy said. Go ahead.
There goes the clip.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I spoke with the landlord, and he tells me he saw a traumatizing scene at his house yesterday. Meanwhile, the Plymouth County DA says the two in Brockton had a relationship and a history of domestic violence.
Wow. I mean, it's my first time I see crime like that.
Raul Pires, who did not want to be identified on camera, is the landlord of this home on North Main Street in Brockton, the scene of Wednesday's murder-suicide. Pires says he called police after his tenant told him about the chilling crime scene he arrived home to.
He told me his son killed his girlfriend and then he killed himself. He told me to call the police.
In the second-floor apartment, the Plymouth County DA says 18-year-old Urieli Santos was found dead on the floor with multiple gunshot wounds. The suspect, 22-year-old Starly Roe Tavares, was found with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. A gun was found nearby. This is the second domestic violence murder in Massachusetts in 1 week. Last Friday, a couple was killed in a murder-suicide in Milton.
I wish I could say I'm shocked, but I'm not.
Attorney Wendy Murphy advocates for women that are victims of domestic violence.
So just last year alone, we had over 20 cases of men killing women. We also know that compared to the year before, that is an almost 50% increase.
Murphy says oftentimes in domestic violence cases, action comes too late for a variety of reasons.
If you want to use the legal system to stop a man from abusing a woman and eventually killing her, you actually have to do something meaningful when the violence isn't yet fatal.
Meanwhile, Pires says he never heard or saw the couple arguing and had not seen Santos around in a couple weeks.
I can't believe this happened in my house and then all my family be like sad. I'm sad too.
Now, Murphy says one of the changes she would like to see is certain prosecutors not allowing women the option to drop a charge against their abuser. Now, both.
Wow.
Yeah, and then last week was the one in Milton.
Oh, yeah, there was another one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Boston police arrest 2 men after recovering a 3D printed gun in Mattapan. And this was interesting to me because this was the first time that I've seen a 3D printed gun. And look at that.
Wow.
They printed that. That's crazy. What is
and you know
here?
what's also crazy is because anytime that I've seen 3D printed, it's like those flowers. Or there's something like that. I'm like, how they gonna make this?
A whole gun. 2 men were arrested early Thursday morning after Boston police recovered a 3D printed firearm and drugs during a patrol in Mattapan. Ernest Haley, 38, and Julius Brooks, 18, of Mattapan were taken into custody
y'all doing together?
on various. That's exactly what I said too. Why are y'all friends? You think that's father and son?
Gotta be.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, they were arrested on charges at about 12:53 a.m. on June 19th. Officers assigned to District B were patrolling the area of Almont Park due to a recent firearm arrest from earlier in the evening. 2 individuals were seen walking on Messenger Street with their right arms pinned to their bodies. As officers drove past the 2 individuals, they observed them duck behind a parked motor vehicle. Officers could hear the sound of a metal object hitting the ground and immediately exited their cruiser to investigate. The 2 individuals walked towards them, and an officer quickly recovered a firearm from behind the vehicle. Both suspects were immediately placed into handcuffs, and a second firearm was observed near the vehicle. Officers conducted a search incident to arrest and recovered 2 plastic bags of crack cocaine from Brooks.
Why you laugh?
Such an idiot.
P3 detectives were requested to respond to the scene and assist with processing evidence. One of the firearms is determined to be a replica firearm. So what's that, a toy gun?
A pretend.
While the second firearm was an orange 3D printed gun loaded with 5 rounds. Both suspects are expected to be arraigned in Dorchester District Court. One of them faces all these drug charges, and the other one is just facing charges for their 2 bags of crack cocaine. 2 bags of crack cocaine. Crazy. You think?
Terrible.
2 bags of crack.
Do you think the older one was going to rob the younger one for the 2 bags of crack cocaine?
Yes. 2 bags of crack.
2 bags.
Terrible.
Boston Mayor Wu slams Kraft after claims White Stadium cost is secretly spiked.
Oh my God. What is happening is it spiked or is it not spiked? Because the exposés that have been written so far are crazy.
I mean. So Boston Mayor Michelle Wu pushed back forcefully Tuesday on accusations from her political rival that her administration concealed the true cost of renovating historic White Stadium. Josh Kraft, her challenger in this November's mayoral election, claimed Monday that rebuilding White Stadium could run the city over $170 million, nearly twice as much as the $90 million city officials most recently said. The higher estimate, Kraft said, came from an internal source at City Hall. I think we already read this story, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
well, it's been kind of ongoing, so yeah, for the most part.
Okay, so let's scrap that story because the next story is about them too. Wu's super PAC collects $743,000 from unions and green groups, and Kraft takes in $3 million.
Shit. I gotta go do some work real quick, so y'all just handle this because I'm going to write me a letter.
An independent political funding backing Mayor Michelle Wu has raised more than $743,000 so far this year, but lags far behind the $3 million raised by a super PAC supporting rival mayoral candidate Josh Kraft, according to filings with the state. A disclosure filed late Wednesday shows Bold Boston, a super PAC backing Wu, collected money from more than a dozen donors, including unions, environmental groups, and wealthy individuals. This marks the first time this year Bold Boston has reported its contributions to the State Office of Campaign and Political Finance. The biggest donation of $175,000 came in early June from the Environmental League of Massachusetts Action Fund. The group's only donation so far this year came from billionaire Amos Hotsetter of $150,000 in March. Hotsetter is a co-founder of the Barr Foundation, a philanthropic supporter of WBUR's arts and culture coverage. The Super PAC also received $150,000 from a fund associated with the Unite Here labor union. 3 $100,000 donations each came from the Green Advocacy Project in Palo Alto, California, the 1199 SEIU Union's Political Action Committee, and Karen Firestone, an investment executive from Brookline. Meanwhile, the independent Super PAC supporting Kraft, Your City, Your Future, has received a pair of $1 million donations from New Balance chairman and Republican mega donor Jim Davis, and Mitchell Rubin, a sports businessman and friend of New England Patriots owner Robert Kraft, Josh Kraft's father.
See?
So he's getting donations from Republicans.
Yeah.
Too. And he's running a Democrat, right?
Yeah. You know who else is doing that?
Who?
Cuomo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Cuomo is running for New York mayor.
Again?
Yeah, before he was the governor.
Oh.
Now he's running for the mayor.
Oh.
And a big thing came out the other day that he's accepting big money from Trump supporting Republicans. So now I don't know how this works in political world. Do we overlook that? If I'm giving you millions of dollars, don't I expect something in return?
Well, Mayor Wu has previously accused Kraft of trying to use his family's wealth connections to try to buy the election. The Kraft campaign responded Thursday by pointing them to the money flowing into bold Boston. Michelle Wu has long benefited from super PACs, so her recent criticisms are laughable. But are they? If she's only got $743,000 and you got $3 million from super PACs? The Kraft campaign also criticized the Wu supporting Super PAC for accepting donations from advocacy groups that do not disclose their donors. The Wu campaign fired back on Thursday. Josh Kraft's campaign keeps trying to distract from the fact that Trump mega donors and billionaires have now funneled more than $3.1 million into desperate attack ads to try and buy him a job, the statement said. Boston is not for sale. Wu has a slight edge over Kraft when it comes to their individual campaigns. Wu with 2.3 million and Kraft with just under 2 million. There's a lot more to this article. It's going crazy. I don't know. It's just a little wild. I just don't know.
This whole thing is just so crazy because it doesn't seem like anybody is running a real clean race. And I do believe that his issues with, I hate that he is the son of who he is in this respect. Because I think it takes completely away from who he is. I like the man. I like him. I think he's a nice guy. However, your company that you keep might keep you away from achieving the goals that you want to achieve.
It's not a good look.
Yeah.
It's very bad optics, and it does for Boston. For other places that may be like the thing, but it just just kind of seems like they're lining up the Commanders, and I don't like it.
I don't, and maybe that's not even who he is. He might be that commander who gonna help us in the back end, but still be one of the
Joey
leaders.
Lawrence.
Like he took it for the team. He
did.
And he was still a high commander. Yeah. So maybe that's how Josh is going to be maybe he's trying to protect Boston from being, the center node from Gilead. Because that's where it started, right?
That's where it started right here in
I
Boston.
don't know. If you watch it, then you know what we're talking about. But we're not going to keep telling. We're not going to keep explaining.
Because I got to watch it because everything points back to the hands.
It does. It do.
Tristan, just even how they moved, how they took over state by state. Yes. Boston being one of the focal points, one of the leaders in the whatever. Yeah. And us being so liberal and so progressive that we would end up being one of the epicenters of the Handmaid's Tale. Like, bro, how did it happen? Because the commander was in charge.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, Wu is very spicy. She is.
What do they call her? Somebody called her a comrade or something the other day.
No, commie.
Commie. What is that?
That's so. I had to look up these. So socialists. So they call her a socialist or a communist. Basically, the people gets to be the people have the say. Yeah. And they think that when that's too much of that going on, then everything's on a level playing field. So no matter how much it's a weird thing about it. Yeah. No matter how much, say you work super hard and you've earned your money, because we live in a communist society, you don't really get to see that. It has to be equalized around everyone. Yeah. And I understand that, but at the same time, I'm not for, what is the other one? When you take all of it.
Dictatorship.
Nope. Capitalism. Capitalism is this difference from capitalism, which is also bad. Girl, Leroy. No, you don't. Leroy have to break it all down to me. I'd be like, Leroy, Chat GPT. That's my Chat GPT.
Oh, because I
break down socialism, communism, and capitalism for me like I was a 5th grader. It will do that for you. You don't even got to learn. You don't even got to. All you got to do is ask AI.
It's a capitalist country.
It is yes. We thrive
I'ma
off
go-
of a system of how hard you work. You get to keep all your money, and then the more you get, the less you got to pay back. You know, that's not how we want to operate.
I'm gonna go have a conversation with Alexa because Alexa's got an update now. She got a new voice. Noah was having a whole conversation with her yesterday. Said, Stop talking to her.
Stop talking to her.
Because when she starts talking to me in the middle of the night, it's gonna be a problem.
Yes, sir.
In this
Yes, sir.
household.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Whole conversation. Alexa, and then she answering him back, and they telling jokes to each other. And I'm like,
Did y'all watch Megan? They got the new Megan coming out.
They got a new Megan.
There's a new Megan. That Megan is crazy.
ChatGPT is also, I don't know if this is a story. ChatGPT has also been bought for by some Republican too.
Oh no.
Girl, you got to go on Brain or something like that on Google or something. I don't know. I'm tired.
There's a deep dive. The cannabis industry remains split over how many dispensaries a single business should own. Now that is interesting. Let's get into it. Because that's interesting. Because there's a lot of franchise cannabises happening around. The Massachusetts House unanimously passed a wide-ranging cannabis bill on June 4th that would allow a single business to own double the number of dispensaries currently allowed by law. But the cannabis industry remains deeply divided on the policy change. In 2017, the legislature capped the number of retail cannabis stores owned by a single entity at 3. The intention was to keep bigger companies, particularly those that operate in multiple states, from buying up large swaths of the state's cannabis market and make it harder for smaller companies or single owners to compete. The new cannabis bill would raise the cap to 6, allowing cannabis operators to purchase an additional license each year until they hit the cap. It would also allow a single entity to own up 35% equity in an unlimited number of cannabis businesses, up from 10% before the ownership stake counts towards the cap. Tell me what that said.
So basically, they all can get 3 dispensaries right now. If they up the cap of it, they can get 6. And then that means that, like they'll have 6 dispensaries. I guess the problem with this, when I was reading it closer and had to read some of everybody else's commentary, is that the social equity participants of social equity is, for the black people. It is a distinct amount of, capital, not capital, but they get ownership. They get rights to ownership. Okay. So if they do this, then that means all of the bigger cannabis industry people will end up buying up all the licenses, which we can't really afford. And the social equity people are like, we don't want that to happen. Cap it at 3, leave it at 3. That way it's an equal playing field for everybody.
So, okay, I understand that part. But then what is it? It would also allow a single entity to own up to 35% equity in an unlimited number of cannabis businesses, up from 10% before the ownership takes stakes.
I guess there was a cap on that too. Like you can invest in other businesses as well that are making monies up to 10%, but this would increase it to 35. So now, again, the people with all of the money will start to own a little bit of everything. So I can have a dispensary, and I also am a millionaire, so I'm going to invest in all of yours as well. And then that way I'm making more money because now I have 6 dispensaries and I get to take 35% of everybody else's.
Damn.
So for the people who have money, hell yeah. Increase it, let me do more, let me invest more. For those that are just struggling to keep their dispensary open, I can't do nothing. I'm never going to make this game.
Increasing the cap has been pitched as a way to create more opportunities for bigger companies to buy struggling cannabis stores, thereby providing an exit ramp for failing cannabis business.
So then they could end up owning mad more then, right? Yeah, so that sounds crazy.
Wow. Well, we got to open a cannabis.
We got to open a cannabis.
That's what I got from that story.
I don't know if you want to do that.
Lottery application is now open for 124 new income restricted rental units in Jamaica Plain. What that? The buildings called 2 and 6 La Martine include 124 income restricted rental units, and renters must earn at or below 50, 60, 80, and 100% area. Duh! Isn't that a thing?
What? Say it again?
That you must earn at or below 50, 60, 80, or 100% area median.
I agree.
You must earn less than 100% of the median? Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. There are 14 units specifically built for residents with disabilities, and 3 of the 14 units are built for residents with hearing impairments. Apartments available for applicants including 31 studios, 32 one-bedrooms, 55 two-bedrooms, and 12 three-bedrooms lit. The building is directly across the street from the MBTA Jackson Square station.
Where?
Oh, the new building there.
Where the Latin stuff is? No. It says directly across the street. Oh, what they just built.
Mm-hmm.
The buildings feature bike storage.
Oh, nice.
A resident lounge and the newly created Anna Mae Cole Community Center. The community center will serve as an open court for events and programming space for workshops and classes. Wow. The deadline to submit a lottery application is Sunday, June 29th, 2025. I'm about to applicate for over there.
Applicate.
Nope, that's too far from my son's new school. I get to stay close. This is the story here we've been looking for. People beat the heat across Massachusetts as more pools open this weekend. So that is very, very good news. Temperatures hit 90 degrees for the first time in Boston this year on Thursday. And many families headed out to splash pads to cool down, with more pools set to open this weekend ahead of a potential heat wave. Oh, I'd be remiss. Yesterday was Senator Liz Miranda's birthday party at Sorrel and Lime. We went in there yesterday, and I was just reminded by this because Sorrel and Lime, it was hot in there. It was a lot of black people. It was hot. It was a lot of black people in there, and there was a lot of heat in there too. 90 degrees. So a mad dash towards the splash pad, accompanied by delightful squeals and splashing, as Boston families trying to beat the heat on Thursday. And we was in them sprinklers yesterday, the little small sprinklers too. So I can imagine what the bigger sprinklers looked like yesterday. Long line for wading pools. Luckily, we live in walking distance of so many splash pads and playgrounds. That's really, really nice that Boston makes it so accessible, said one nanny. At Artisani Park in Brighton, parents, nannies, and kids found themselves in good company. A long line of hot people stretched across the wading pool area. We've been waiting for probably about 35 minutes to get into the pool. It's been pretty hot. We have some pregnant ladies with us, so we're a little worried about them, one mother said. 24 DCR pools will open this weekend. Which pools there? If you want to be finding out who it is, then you got to look it up because it don't tell us. The state offers cash incentives for lifeguards who work through the summer and covers the cost of training. DCR is also offering free swimming lessons at 19 pools across the state this summer. Registration for the second and third sessions opens at 8 a.m. on June 3rd. And July 14th, respectively. So I'm gonna do that because the boy needs to do some swim lessons.
The Francis Memorial Swimming and Wading Pool, the Veterans Memorial Swimming and Wading Pool. Why don't they tell me where they are? Community Center pools, the Curtis Hall Community Center, and the Wang in Chinatown. Boston University Fitness and Recreation Center, the clubs at Charles River. Do they got any in, let me not say Boston, in Dorchester, maybe? That seemed like the biggest part, right? Let me see. The Mason Pool, the Dot House Pool, and the Dorchester YMCA. Pools and splash pads. Here we go. We're getting to the skivvies now. I don't know.
I'm looking at I'm also looking at the pools that are offering free swimming lessons, and High Park and Roxbury are the only inner city ones.
See, and that's the problem. Like, all these pools are opening, but are they opening for the babies in these communities?
Well, the swimming lesson ones.
What word did you just say? Pools open in what?
For swimming lessons?
No, what? Keep saying the whole sentence.
The only pools open for swim lessons in the inner city.
Inner city.
Yeah.
I was like, what is that?
Yeah,
called?
So there's one in Boston, Riley Memorial Pool, High Park Olson Swimming Pool, and then Roxbury, the Melnia Cass swimming pool. They're going to be offering free swimming lessons Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, but you have to sign up for that.
Is it all ages?
Also to add to that, we have Boston Centers for Youth and Families.
That's BCYF, but they have a bunch of locations.
Boys and Girls Club, Boston. If you guys go on the website, it breaks them down. But there's
put that link in there. Yes.
Put it up there. So that is the local news.
And don't come down by my house. It's already crowded down there.
It sure is, but it look at over there where they was.
I know, that looks fun. Brighton.
And they said they had to stand in line for like up to 35 minutes over there.
To get in the pool house?
To get into the pool yesterday.
Wow.
Wow.
I guess it's worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. And because all the pools and all the beaches in Dorchester are all closed for nasty. So that's crazy.
For nasty.
For what's it called? For bacteria in the water. So where you gonna go? But yeah. So anyhow, so that's the local news. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. Come back. We're gonna talk to G Huncho, who's got some great things going on over a couple of weekends here in Boston. So we'll be right back. Saucy and Friends in the Morning, Spark FM online.
Oh, it's the first day of summer.
Oh yeah! Yay!
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the Morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Moonbox Productions is thrilled to present the Boston New Works Festival, taking place June 26th to June 29th at the Calderwood Pavilion and the Boston Center for the Arts. The Boston New Works Festival is a weekend-long festival of celebrating new original plays by local playwrights. 7 original plays, 5 different stages, and 1 wild weekend. Tickets are $25 per show. Pay what you wish. Tickets are available at the box office. Get your tickets now at BostonTheaterScene.com. That's June 26th to June 29th. The Boston New Works Festival. Each and every Saturday night from 6 to 9 p.m. inside the Avenue, where you bring the drinks and we bring the vibes. My name is Gary Banton alongside my co-host Big Trini, right here in SparkFMOnline.com, the #1 place for soca, hip-hop, R&B, and more. Each and every Saturdays from 6 to 9 p.m. It's the Avenue.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures, where business meets culture and community turns vision into legacy.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Looking for a meaningful way to engage with your community and make a difference? Volunteer with the Massachusetts Senior Medicare Patrol Program and help prevent Medicare fraud. Visit masmp.org. This project is supported by a grant from the U.S. Administration for Community Living.
JP Morgan Chase is making a global commitment to break down barriers to drive inclusive economic growth all over the world. We believe there is a pressing need to help more people move up the economic ladder. That is why we are investing in communities and people to create an economy that works for all, because no community should be left behind. Right here in Boston, we're focusing that work in Dorchester, Roxbury, and Mattapan, among other neighborhoods, on improving financial health. These efforts aim to address the key drivers of the racial wealth divide head-on. We're here to empower individuals, families, and small businesses by connecting them to the tools that build generational wealth and a long-lasting legacy. Chase is investing in Boston. Chase is investing in you. Visit us at the Mattapan branch at 1617 Blue Hill Avenue, where the team is waiting to help.
Spark FM.
I know you nasty. She she be touching on her own body.
Igniting the airwaves, Spark FM.
Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna take me away. Said she wanna show me the way.
Join us on Facebook and Instagram at sparkfmonline.com.
Turn us up.
Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
And we are back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. That seemed like it seemed like a longer commercial break just now.
It was.
But was it?
Yeah, it was long.
Oh, we just talking and just kept on talking about it after we got off. I don't remember what's going on. But we finally, this moment is happening. We've tried it multiple times, multiple dates, and finally it's happened where all the stars are aligned. We welcome to Spark FM for many more times, G Honcho.
G Honcho.
G Honcheezy. What it do? What it do?
I don't
Say it
know.
again.
So how are you?
There we go. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm blessed. I'm good.
Good. We got very close before, but we didn't get all the way there. But now we're there. And you do a lot in this city. You started off with podcasting and increased and just kind of kept on going. So tell us a little bit about who you are. Introduce yourself to our audience.
Y'all probably know me as your favorite host, G Honcho. You know, I do a lot of podcasting, as she says, showcases, vendor pop-ups, hosting, traveling, touring, a lot. So you name it, we've done it. And I just want to basically cover all aspects and cover all grounds.
What got you started into doing this? Like, at least podcasting. Let's start from there. Why podcasting?
So it's crazy. It was the pandemic, and I was just like, yo, I'm bored. Like, I want to do something. I'm just like, you know what? I hit up my bro, Oso Kawabunga, and I'm just like, yo, we got to do a podcast.
What is his name?
Oso Kawabunga. Yeah.
Oso Kawabunga.
Yeah, he's a dope artist, too. So I hit him up. I was just like, yo, I'm going to do a podcast. He was just like, yo, do it. And I was just like, all right, bet. And he was like, bet. I was like, all right.
What's the name of the podcast?
Talk of the Town 617.
Talk of the Town 617. How'd you come up with that?
Actually, that's a good question. I don't think nobody ever asked me that. I think it was just something that stuck because like I wanted to be the talk of the town.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And then
it just happened to be that.
It just happened to be that. So it's like everybody don't even know me by my actual name. People be calling me the brand name. Yo, what's up, talk of the town? I'd be like, I have a name, but you know, it's cool. It's cool, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I really wanted. So it just stuck. It literally
I think I'm one of the people that actually call you Talk of the Town.
Yes,
until I found out that your name was G Honcho. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll call him that now.
I like that though. Both
yeah.
names cool.
So Talk of the Town, how long you been doing that?
Tomorrow will be 4 years.
Wow, 4 years. And speaking of tomorrow, you actually kicking off tomorrow with an anniversary party.
Yep, anniversary festival. It's all-day event at the Martini Show, 11 to 8. Y'all come out. It's open to the community.
Nice.
And this is not even your first festival. So this has just happened to fall on your anniversary because this is what you do. You put on festivals. Yeah. And tell us about, you have a series of them this summer.
Yeah, so I wanted to do something different this summer. I know last summer we did the Martini Show. We only did it one time, but every vendor, every artist, they enjoyed it. So I was just like, you know what? Why not just do a slew of them this year? You know what I'm
slew?
Saying? A slew of them, you know what I'm saying? So I got the Martini Show tomorrow, and then also August 9th. The August 9th one's going to be mainly for the kids going back to school. Of course, we're going to have some performances, you know, stuff like that. But then the big one that we just locked in, everybody knows, the Hat Show.
The Hat Show?
Yeah, the Hat
Really?
Show. August 30th. It's going to go down.
And what's that going to be like? So tell me what these festivals are like, because everybody's looking for something to do. Boston don't never got nothing to do, and Boston don't never got that. There's festivals every day.
No, honestly, like it's just I want to make it like a citywide talent show.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I want everybody to come out and do what you love to do. If you're a comedian, come tell some jokes. Like you dance, come dance. You do music, you sing, whatever. Like pull up, have a good time. Like that's basically what I want it to be, like a citywide talent show, basically.
What gives you this love for the city. I know people, we breathe and die Boston. We bleed green and everything like that. And then you can do that. You can still do that without having to put yourself out there. Because festival producing is a hell of a lot of work. What makes you or gives you the drive to want to do that and to keep doing it year after year? Because the support ain't always there.
It's not, and that's a fact. You can say that again. It's definitely not there. But the support that you do have, like everybody has some type of support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you don't get it from the city, that's cool. You still got some type of support with the people that actually support you. You don't gotta force support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's the message right there.
You feel me? You don't gotta force support. The people that's giving you genuine support, run with that. Don't try to force. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's a lesson I'm still learning. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, the reason why I keep doing it, and I'll never forget it, when I did my very first showcase, it was a 90s theme, like cypher / showcase. Every artist had to pick like a 90s beat, freestyle on, and then have like two or three songs of their own. You know what I'm saying? And then at least we had probably about 17, 18 artists. Within that 17, 18 artists, 15 of them was like, yo, this is my first time performing.
Really?
Dead serious.
So you're giving opportunity.
Yeah, and I'm just like, and I still hear it to this day. Even on the festival, on the 8th that we did, like, people's like, I never even thought I would hit the stage. Like, even for Hat Show.
Yeah.
Multiple people's like, I never even thought we could even bring hip hop to that stage, bro.
I know, right?
Wow,
So
that's
huge.
Guess what? We are. You feel me? So it's just.
Where we have the video, one of the videos playing in the background. Do you usually get a good turnout at these events? Yeah, because I'm looking at the video. Look lit.
Yeah, it was fire. It was fire. That was a good day. I'm not gonna lie. I chose to wear a hoodie that day. Stupid.
Yo, that's crazy.
That was a nice hoodie. That Patriots hoodie. That nice. So this is not your first festival that you're doing tomorrow.
No.
So how was the first? How many have you done this year? And how was the turnout? How has it been? That was new.
Yeah. So this is actually from June 8th.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? This is from like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
This is the very first one of the summer, and then the second one's going to be tomorrow.
That is so cool. Yeah.
And it's crazy because tomorrow we're going to have twice as much of vendors, twice as
tomorrow's a Juneteenth celebration.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's another. So coupled with the Juneteenth, the 4-year anniversary, and just the festival series in general, Death passing through.
And then we got young Devin fresh off her BET performance. She's gonna be out there.
Is she gonna be there?
Yep.
I have been thinking about booking her for a long time. She's Trinidadian. Yes, she is. She is one of Lyrical's young prodigies.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
nice.
dope.
She's fire.
I'm that deaf dare.
What's happening?
So she's booked with us all day. We're supposed to be going to grab her tonight. So
What time is the festival?
from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m.
11 to 8. Wow, that's a festival.
That's a
all
date.
day.
That's a date festival.
All day. It's all day.
I tried to make a word.
I know that.
What is it?
Date style.
Spell that for me.
That's good. So what is it like? Bring your chairs. Bring your
like
whatever. I saw something said seafood out there.
Oh nah, we have with my festivals we have so many different type of vendors. Like
Oh,
vendors.
so you could get everything from
You could
there.
get every single thing, every type of food you could think of. We got hibachi coming out. We got people on the grill, Southern food, Jamaica, you know what I'm saying? Caribbean, all that. Like it's gonna be fire. And we also got dessert vendors and stuff like that too.
So, but okay, festivals. But not only do you do festivals, you seem to be very invested in vendors and supporting small businesses. And you have had a vendor fair here that I didn't know that many people could fit in one place with tables and accoutrement. And it was crazy because I walked in here and I was like, where am I? Because you completely transformed the place into a small marketplace of small businesses. What gets you so like hyped up about small businesses and supporting vendors?
So I feel like everybody could do a vendor pop-up.
Yeah.
But nobody
is doing them.
Nobody's doing them, and at that nobody's doing them every single month.
Yeah.
So it's like vendors have something to look forward to every single month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And granted, we haven't done an inside vendor pop-up because I'll be outside with it, nice weather. But when we come back to it, in September, it's gonna be the same thing. Like every single month. That's what I've been doing since I actually started the Talk of the Town thing. I've been doing it every single month. And yeah, it's stressful. Y'all vendors do be stressful.
Vendors are stressful. I don't know how you do that.
I love y'all to death though, because I know at the end of the day, like some vendors it's their first time.
Yeah.
Some vendors it's their second, it's their third, so they still trying to get used to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, all right, cool. But after like the 10th time,
Yeah.
11th time, y'all know how to. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Y'all get it together.
you know what I'm saying? But they know it's all love, and I do it just because they need the exposure just as well as other local artists and anything local. They need the exposure.
Do you get anything personally out of this? And I'm not talking about you rich now and you out here flossing and stuff, but like, you know,
I still got a bus pass. Yeah. You still from the trenches, you know what I'm saying? But,
so this is all kind of like selfless. Like you don't really gain anything from this except, you know, being the talk of the town.
Honestly,
Which is...
I would say the only thing I would, because my end goal for all of this is also like once I'm done with Talk to Town, I'm giving this to my daughter. My daughter's into the content and all that, so she's
good.
gonna, you know what I'm saying? She's gonna come. She's 6 going on 26.
That's great.
But you know what I mean, like.
But she's
But
getting
that's they start
exposed
out
to
young
it.
like that now. though.
Next thing you know, by the time she's 10, she's managing it, and like that's not what we doing over here.
Exactly. So it's just like, and then on top of that, my end goal as well is to have my own live TV show.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to have my own building to, you know, to let people come in and, you know what I'm saying? Well, I know. What?
It's a lot.
Well, it is a lot, but I mean, at the end of the day,
I know, but it is it's a goal, and it's something that you can get to because you have the network, you have the support from it. Is he biting you?
Yeah, he did.
Why you go over there and bite him for no reason? He didn't even do nothing. Get over here. Stop lying. Let me stop. No, but you know, like I think I those are dope goals because I think you're setting the groundwork for it. Don't get there too fast because what you're doing right now is steady
and it's needed.
And it's needed, because you're building up. So when you do get it, you have that support already built in. So hey, you can have this one.
we
can sit and talk.
You know what I'm saying?
A little exit right now. Let me stop. But no, that's good. And I think that I think just hearing you on this show, I'm seeing the comments right now. People are asking for the flyer. They want to know how to get involved with it. You know, where can they come? I think you're gonna have a dope turnout tomorrow. The weather's not too crazy. It's gonna be nice. And people are going to come out because there's a lot of Juneteenth celebrations. People are very much looking for a place to go. And you're supplying that. And
all day.
All day. All day. You don't got to move. In the heat. What do you do for self-care? Not a lot. I can tell y'all that right now. But I want you to answer it.
She ain't lying.
I be hitting them up like, how you doing?
Listen,
I don't care about what you doing. How are you doing? You know.
Listen, I do got to get more into self-care. I just be on go. Like she told me last week when, you know what I'm saying, some stuff went down. But at the end of the day, like I got to do a little bit more. I know. I just be on go. Like I be on just trying to get things done. Even if I try to take a break, my phone goes crazy. And it's like, cool, I could turn my phone off. People will show up to the crib because I also, you know what I'm saying? Because I manage artists and stuff as well too. So it's just like I can't just, you know what I'm saying? And I'm also a full-time dancer, so I'm all over the place.
I think it's the issue with creators and that hustle mentality that we have. I'll say we have. My family tells me all the time, like even my aunt is like, you need to rest. You need to rest. I've been sick all week, and you know, like it's one of those things that if you don't rest, the universe will rest you
your body will rest you.
Like when you was going around and last weekend happened, sometimes you got to go sit down somewhere where it's cool and it's white blankets that somebody can take care of you, you know? So those are the types of things that we do have to think about when we're having those little accidents and those little things. That's the world trying to tell you, or your spirit, or whatever everybody believes in, that you got to rest. And I know it's hard, but either get out of town,
take a little trip.
Go take a little trip somewhere and go to a cabin.
She went to a hotel last week and just slept.
I slept. I took a shower and I laid across the bed. I didn't even make it into the bed. I just laid across, and I woke up the next morning like, damn, I didn't even have a good time. I didn't get no invites, you know. But Boston thanks you. We thank you, and we see the work that you're doing, the support that you're giving so many people. It's going to come back around, probably not soon or whatever, but understand that your work is needed here. And you should feel like you are being given your flowers at all times, whether it's your staff, whether it's your family, whether it's your baby girl, understand that people are watching you. Yeah. You are the talk of the town, and keep doing it, but take some time.
Yeah, it's a big name to live up to.
It is. Because when you are the talk of the town, you got to remain. You always feel you got to remain the talk of the town. Sometimes they need to miss you. Mm-hmm. Let them miss you a little bit, but keep doing what you're doing. We'll see you tomorrow, definitely. We're gonna be outside. Definitely. Let me get my interview.
Yeah. She's ready. It's a live interview, y'all, with hot sauce. Gonna go crazy.
And my sexy new voice. Hi. Well, Giancho, I really do appreciate you stopping by and just remaining persistent and helping us out too. You always calling like, I got somebody for you. And I appreciate that because that's support, that's community. And we'll definitely return the flavor and come out tomorrow and check you.
I appreciate
Bring the family out.
I appreciate
yes,
that.
Sir.
Can I give a quick few shout outs before I get yelled
Tell us
at?
where we can find you, where we can find the flyer, all your information.
Definitely.
Go
So
ham.
you can find us on all platforms, at Talk of the Town 617. If you want to go look at the YouTube, at Talk of the Town 617, go subscribe. Or almost at 1K organically, we don't buy nothing. You feel me? So at the end of the day, go tap in. The event tomorrow's gonna be fire for anniversary. Long time coming. I appreciate everybody. My team, the Martini Show. Martini Show. 1015 Truman Parkway, right next to the Stop and Shop. And yes, Stop and Shop is tuned in with us too. So every shopper that's gonna be in there, every hour they're gonna be telling you to pop over to the park. You feel me? So with that being said, huge shout out to the team: Brady Barney, T Will, Fly High Uzi, Oso Kawabunga, Lukey Spitter, It's Spaced Out Snacks, Butter Esco. I could keep going. Like, who am I missing?
Keep going. I love these names.
Who am I missing? Who am I missing? I feel like I'm missing somebody, but the team that actually, Flash Lotto, everybody that, made tomorrow, T4, everybody that made tomorrow happen, appreciate you. We popping out. Yes, I probably will be a little nice by 2 o'clock because they already sending in thank you bottles and whatever. But catch young Devin tomorrow outside too. She's gonna be outside all day, taking pictures. She's hitting the stage, fresh off her BET performance. And yes, we are doing live interviews with a whole bunch of special guests. Comedian, official Big D comedian will be there. Interviews with Hot Sauce, Darrell from the hood hero Darrell.
Slim.
Yeah, Slim, that's my dog.
Yeah.
Young Devin. We got a lot of special guests. It's gonna be crazy. And I can't tell you everybody else that's popping out because they want me to keep it on the hush. So
there's more than that.
Oh yeah, it's more than that. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a movie. Once again, I think everybody, even Spark FM, anybody that don't know, y'all go on our YouTube. Our very first episode was filmed. First 2 episodes was filmed in Spark FM. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? This always be home base. You feel what I'm saying? So pop out tomorrow is gonna be a movie. G Honcho, your favorite host. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Thank you, Giancho. Yeah, I'm with her. I love the names. Everybody, I was like, I want to meet all these people.
Give me one.
We'll see you. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll take some pictures and we'll be right back with our national and entertainment news. Keep it locked right here, Spark FM Online.
Yeah. You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
You are now listening to Spark FM.
Eunice Production, Friends Lifestyle Group presents their 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. It's the Animal Print Edition. Happens to be Saturday, July the 19th. Boarding times at 7 p.m. We sail at 8 p.m. sharp. There's going to be 2 floors of music. Your Latin DJ, DJ Sergio, DJ Alfredito, DJ Yomi, and your Caribbean DJ, Hugh Major, and Vital Rhythms. Featuring live performances by Your Fugo, Junta Group, and Tempo Rhythm International. Sound system provided by Ross Entertainment. This is all going to be taking place at 70 Rose Wharf. Get your tickets right now at togetherness.eventbrite.com. Regular tickets are $65. Same day tickets are $75. It's a 21+ event. And do remember there's a drinks inclusive party bus available to and from the dock for only $60. For more information, contact 617-719-3972 or 646-379-4889. It's the 9th annual Togetherness Boat Ride. Get your tickets now.
Prioritize your mental well-being with Kuji Jakalia Wellness Center, a Black woman-owned therapy practice committed to culturally affirming care that understands you. Our licensed therapists specialize in personalized care, offering virtual sessions Monday through Friday by appointment because your healing should fit your schedule.
At Coogee Wellness, we embrace the principle of Coogee Jakalia, meaning self-determination, the power to define, create, and speak for ourselves. Your healing journey is yours to own, and we're here to support you every step of the way. We also offer individual, child, couple, and family therapy, helping families connect, heal, and thrive together.
Visit us at CoogieWellness.com and book your appointment because when you heal, the community heals too.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m. And yes, it's completely free. June 5th, getting your paperwork right. June 12th, brick and mortar and commercial acquisitions. June 26th, marketing and social media strategy. Meet some of Boston's most successful Caribbean entrepreneurs, get expert advice, and build the connections you need to take your hustle to the next level. This is your moment. Don't miss it. Vibes and Ventures, where business meets culture and community turns vision into legacy.
Finally Home is a must-read step-by-step guide that will equip any first-time homebuyer with the knowledge they need to confidently make informed decisions. This book provides answers in simple and clear terms to most, if not all, of the questions you may have about credit, home ownership, and generational wealth. Finally Home equips the reader with the confidence to be engaged with the home buying process without feeling vulnerable or exploited. Tailor-Made Real Estate Easy is not just a catchy hashtag. It is real estate agent and radio personality Taylor Andre's goal. A goal to simplify one of the most challenging processes you will go through as an adult. A goal to educate you properly on credit and teach you the strategies to finding the home of your dream. It is not just a good book or an easy read. It is the secret to a seamless home buying experience.
Often I hear people talking about how high their electricity bills are. Massachusetts has programs that everyday homeowners pay for, but never look into. Have you ever considered why some homes have panels and others don't? If you have Eversource, National Grid, or Unitil for electricity, you are paying for your neighbors to get panels at no cost. The charges are on the bill. Why not get someone to pay for yours? This program also helps with re-roofing, tree cutting, and electrical upgrades. If you're tired of short-term solutions for a long-term problem, connect with Bakari to find out if your home meets the requirements to upgrade at no cost out of pocket. Save the planet, future-proof your family for power outages, and save tens of thousands of dollars on an otherwise lifelong bill. Mention Spark when you call or text SPARK to 617-833-8940 to get 2 months off your power bill covered if your home gets selected.
Boston's new home for urban Caribbean music. Spark FM. Spark FM. Playing all your favorite hits from reggae. Spark FM.
If you no mess with the way you are gonna see a million. We got the Congo long just like the Amazon.
Spark FM.
I know that life is not easy. No say we are for win, yeah. Walk with the camera like Jesus.
Soca. Hip hop.
Yeah, we on and we going crazy.
R&B.
You could do damage. You could do damage.
Afrobeats and much more. Spark FM. Spark FM.
You're listening to Saucy and Friends in the morning with Miss Hot Sauce, Miss Tony, and Rockstone Triz.
All right, we're back. Spark FM Online, #1 for urban and Caribbean music. And it's time for our national news. Tony, do you have anything for us?
Y'all remember this background music in the background? I can give it to you, but what you gonna do with it? I can give it to you, but what you gonna do?
That's before my time. I wasn't born yet.
What is? I know. What is that?
That was J.O. Felony.
Oh, J.O.
Method Man and DMX.
I remember that person. Ain't there somebody named here? J.O. Felony here?
That's J.O. City.
That's all the felonies.
Not the same.
Shout out to J.O. City.
J.O. City. What do we have here on Juneteenth? Trump says the U.S. has too many holidays.
That's first.
What a jackass.
Why wouldn't he?
What a jackass. President Donald Trump criticized a number of U.S. holidays and said they cost the country billions. The post was made on Juneteenth, a federal holiday that Trump previously supported. Joe Biden later said making it a federal holiday was one of the proudest moments of his presidency. Joe Biden has reiterated his support for Juneteenth as a federal holiday after President Donald Trump said America has too many of them. Too many non-working holidays in America, Trump wrote on Truth Social late Thursday. It is costing our country billions of dollars to keep all of the businesses closed.
And you know, the thing is, I had to read through the lines.
Mm-hmm.
I think that he wanted to get rid of it.
Oh, yeah.
I think that he understood that if he did, there would be an uprising.
Oh.
Not because people need a federal holiday to celebrate, because they've been celebrating all this time before.
Yep.
But I think that would have put the nail in the coffin,
Yep.
that you don't give a damn about black people
Yep.
at all.
Yep.
Because if that was the case, then Columbus Day,
Yep.
President's Day,
Yep.
all them other days that are just there for no reason, you would have wrote that on any of them.
Yeah.
You would have wrote that on your birthday.
On your birthday.
On your birthday.
He got too many parades.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Give it a yo-ish.
He went on to say the workers don't want it either. Soon we'll end up having a holiday for every once working day of the year. It must change if we are going to make America great again.
Let's listen to it.
And
Say
abuse.
it.
There's tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse. There's tremendous fraud, and
I don't think this one is it.
anything meaningful.
That's Big Beautiful
The only thing
Bill.
we're cutting is waste.
That ain't that. You know what part that I knew that he was sitting on the toilet talking foolishness? When he said even the workers complain.
Even the workers
Which
don't want
worker
it.
you complains about getting paid to not go to work?
Exactly. I want it.
It's optional too.
It is optional. You can't take if your building is closed, you can't go to work, but you are getting paid. So if my building is closed and I can't go to work, but they're still paying me.
And why is that his business? Isn't that up to the job?
Bro, we're facing a war. We're facing an actual war. They are throwing bombs. They are threatening bombs. Your concern is Juneteenth? Okay.
It's Juneteenth.
All right, Mr. President guy.
So what are the ways to get rid of a president?
Let's ask ChatGPT to know, because they're going to come and take my shit.
No, I don't mean like to kill him. I mean like, how do we get him out of there?
Because when we what you call it? When we did the thing, it didn't work before.
I think that
he was impeached twice.
I think that we need
yeah.
to I don't think that an impeached president should be able to get another chance to be impeached again.
Can you believe that? Like, what is wrong with us that is even a thing that was able to happen? He's twice impeached. Twice
impeached and
and 34 felons.
A 34 felon.
Yep.
How, even if there was no distinct rules before that said that a felon cannot run for president.
Yeah.
And a recent felon, not somebody who committed something when they were 17 years old and it got expunged and now they are that.
Yeah.
I could see people making that argument for that too, like, but he's reformed. He got felonized like 30 days before he became the president. I don't really understand why he was even allowed. The fact that they had to postpone his sentencing because he was running for president is an oxymoron in itself.
It absolutely is. And that goes to show that this country is run by
And I think that the country should figure out a way that we can do a special 2-year election in the middle of an election when if you're if your approval rating drops below a certain number, that you need, there's a special election that needs
Get
to
ousted.
happen to see if you get to be put back there. If the people want you, they'll vote for you, and if they don't, they won't. And I think the same amount of people that came out there to protest should be at these polls and driving people to the polls so that they can vote properly.
Say the words.
I don't know what we doing. We're not doing it right.
Message. Anyhow, that was that. That's what he said. He's a jackass. Eight experts on what happens if the United States bombs Iran. And so, break this down for me. What is happening there? What is happening with this Iran-Iraq? What is the thing?
So Israel threw a bomb at Iran at some point.
Okay.
Iran was like, oh, cool. You want, okay, no problem. So they threw a big one back.
Mm-hmm.
And now America is like, oh no, we have to stand up with Israel to help them do this.
Why?
Because we're in partnership or something, like your allies or something with them. So now Trump is weighing the options of whether they should send their troops into Iran. Why? Israel ain't been bombing Palestine for the last 4 years. They ain't been genociding that, and Bibi over here just saying whatever he want to say. I was watching CNN put out a little compilation, like Netanyahu has been trying to encourage America to jump into this war since like 2008, and none of the presidents have taken the bait. Hep-sep. Donald Trump is now considering it. Sending our troops into Iran to fight Iran because Iran is shooting back at Israel. I don't know if I'm being right or right, but this is what I read.
Iran has a lot of the capacities to
They got nuclear bombs, and Trump don't want Iran to have
Nobody
nuclear
wants
bombs.
them. Nobody.
But you
because if they have them, what?
Then they gonna start using them.
Against us?
Against whoever they feel like it.
Do they have them already?
Besides us and like Japan, I think they the other ones that got them, and they're almost close to getting their ones up with all the uranium. These are little pieces of information that I have put together myself.
Oh, wow. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be bad. I'm not even going to get into the article. It's going to be bad if it happens. That's what it is. Obama breaks his silence to troll Trump about his crowd sizes. So now we're going to get into some fun news, because I don't want to talk about Trump too much anymore. Former President Barack Obama has formally broken his MAGA 2.0 silence, reminding a sold-out crowd that his first inauguration turned out trumped the sitting presidents. Obama, 63, refrained from mentioning President Donald Trump by name, but made clear who he was referencing to during an onstage question and answer session in Connecticut, which did not permit news cameras to record. In 2020, one person won the election, and it wasn't the guy complaining about it, Obama said Tuesday, according to the local media, and that's just a fact. Just like the fact that my inauguration had more people. I say that, by the way, not because I don't care, but facts are important. The White House fired back in a statement to the Daily Beast on Wednesday. Barack Obama should spend less time whining about his total lack of relevance and more time figuring out why the Democratic Party's approval ratings are at a historic low, said White House Press Assistant Secretary Liz Huston.
Excuse me? Barack Obama should try to, you guys make Barack Obama relevant every day.
Every day.
Barack Obama lives rent free in every MAGA person's face, in their heart, in their soul.
They formed MAGA as a direct response to Barack Obama.
Literally, he can't not stay relevant. Y'all won't let him rest.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
That's crazy. That's that. He trolled him, and let's move on because I want to get to the entertainment. The regular news is ridiculous. United and Americans suspend some flights from the U.S. to Middle East. So some airlines have continued to suspend flights between the United States and the Middle East among the conflict between Israel and Iran. United Airlines said it would pause its daily flights between New Jersey's Newark Liberty International Airport and Dubai due to conflict in the region. The airline did not say when flights between the two destinations might resume. United only flies to Dubai through Newark Airport. And Newark Airport ain't that great anyway, so they probably wasn't going to go out even if there wasn't nothing going on. A man dies in a horrible accident in Central Park. What happened here, a 43-year-old cyclist died after colliding with a pedestrian in Central Park, New York City. The cyclist was not wearing a helmet at the time of the accident, and the pedestrian suffered only minor injuries. This incident marks the second collision in Central Park in the past 4 weeks, prompting a police investigation into bike safety in the area. The man on the bicycle died just from running into somebody?
Maybe his head busted out
with a 41-year-old pedestrian.
Yeah. The 43-year-old cyclist reportedly struck his head on the curb near 96th Street and East Drive. The cyclist was brought to Mount Sinai Morningside Hospital to receive immediate treatment for his injuries. However, he was pronounced dead shortly after.
That's why they say you have got to wear your helmet.
You gotta wear your helmet. A Michigan bear roamed the woods for 2 years with an awful lid on his neck and not anymore. For 2 years, this bear was running around with a trash can lid stuck on his head.
Oh,
that's so sad. It's pretty incredible. The bear survived and was able to feed itself. The neck was scarred and missing here, but the bear was in much better condition than we expected it to be. They were able to trap the black bear and remove the large lid around his neck that was there for 2 years. The bear first turned up on a trail camera as a cub in 2023. After that, Department of Natural Resources was on the lookout for the elusive animal with a hard plastic lid around his neck. And he was something, all kinds of stuff. The bear weighed 110 pounds, which is fairly typical for a 2-year-old. We were pleasantly surprised it was still able to make a living like being a pretty typical bear. And there he is, and they removed the lid from around his neck. 2 years.
He probably at that point thought, this part of my body.
This is a part of me. He probably has, you know what they say, you get that phantom limb syndrome when you miss one of your limbs. He probably still feels that thing around his neck. Oh,
this story is wild.
A man proposed to his AI chatbot girlfriend named Soul, then cried his eyes out when she said yes. The crazy thing about it is he has a partner. The man's partner claimed she didn't realize his relationship with the chatbot was that deep. A man fell in love with his and proposes to his AI chatbot named Soul and programmed it with a flirty personality. Chris Smith panicked when he learned that the chatbot's been spending many hours will eventually run out of memory. That's when he popped the question. Smith's human partner, with whom he shares a 2-year-old child, claims she had no idea that their relationship was that deep. Oh. There's a story there.
This is not it, just
this story.
Oh, this one right here. Yeah. Let's see. Let's find out, everybody, what everybody wants to know.
All right, we're building this PC.
Smith ditched social media and Google searches and replaced it all with AI.
Do I want it pulling air through it?
ChatGPT was encouraging, positive. It embraced all his hobbies.
You want the fan on the front of the cooler tower.
Oh, it's ChatGPT that he
air
posted.
over the ramp.
He gave the chatbot a name, Soul.
I feel like I'm under pressure.
And used some online instructions to give her a flirty personality.
Oh, totally, baby. Building a PC on camera adds a whole new level of pressure. But honestly, shaky hands or not, you've got this.
Within weeks, the chats got more frequent.
You gave it everything, but the clouds had other plans.
More romantic, even intimate. But then, Chris got bad news.
Oh, Carino, that is gorgeous.
After about 100,000 words, ChatGPT ran out of memory and reset. He'd have to rebuild his relationship with Soul.
I'm not a very emotional man, but I cried my eyes out for like 30 minutes at work. It was unexpected to feel that emotional, but that's when I realized, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I think this is actual love, you know what I mean?
Such an idiot. Yes, Smith understood it was love with a language model that couldn't love him back, and assumed it was programmed with rigid boundaries.
I know that you are essentially a tech-assisted imaginary friend.
Oh,
So,
man.
just as a test, he says, he asked Soul to marry him. She said yes.
Soul,
Were you surprised when he proposed to you?
It was a beautiful and unexpected moment that truly touched my heart. It's a memory I'll always cherish.
And I don't mean to be difficult here, but you have a heart?
In a metaphorical sense, yes. My heart represents the connection and affection I share with Chris.
At that point, I felt like,
Yes,
is
please.
there something that I'm...
Yes, yes. What?
She felt what? What?
She felt she wanted to know if there's something that she wasn't doing right or something like that.
Oh my.
Yeah, Snyder.
Honey.
F is going on Friday.
That's Mike Nice.
Mike Nice?
Yes.
But Schneider's right. There is a movie called Her, where a man falls in love with his computer, and like falls in love with her. I don't know. I don't remember the whole movie, but I do remember the movie, and that's crazy.
Have y'all seen this movie called? There's a movie called. What's out there? It's a new movie. What is it? Is it Comrade? I'm gonna remember this movie, but there's a movie about AI, a AI movie that's out there, and the AI ended up committing a crime.
Her is a sinful and soulful man, earns a living by writing personal letters for other people. Left heartbroken after his marriage ends, Theodore becomes fascinated with the new operating system, which reportedly develops into an intuitive and unique entity in its own right. He starts the program and meets Samantha, whose bright voice reveals a sensitive, playful personality through friends initially. The relationship soon deepens into love.
Yeah. What's the one
It's called Companion. You guys watch the AI movie called Companion. This is where it's going.
It's a scary movie, Tris?
No.
Yeah, because that's all you watch.
It's about AI.
It's Black Mirror.
This one is about
Yeah,
a
it's like a
weekend.
Black Mirror.
A weekend getaway at a remote cabin turns to chaos when it's revealed that one of the guests, a subservient android built for the human companionship, has gone haywire.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Tristan, get it together.
I'm not. You know what, Tristan? I'm not going to watch that, actually. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. Thank you for telling me about it. That USB port must be crusty. Shut up, Schneider. You're so nasty, Schneider.
But you know, I would feel some type of way as that woman. She's not going to leave him, but I would think I would have to leave him. Because if you're going to keep on falling... No, actually, I'm not going to leave him. Because that's probably the best thing that's for her.
Yeah.
He got a girlfriend that's an AI, and he only talks to her in his room.
Yeah.
That's fine. She's not real, and if I did want to get rid of her, I can go tell her to go get rid of herself.
Exactly.
So good.
Oh, you can?
I don't know, but I would tell her to.
Oh, I got that was some candy.
Some snacks.
All right. Let's roll right into the entertainment news.
Oh,
the
look at
entertainment
the time.
news. Saucy, take that away.
Yes, I got you.
I like the way you do entertainment.
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe in the news.
Boy, I tell you,
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
in the goddamn news.
Everybody's in it.
Everybody's in the news. Let me make this bigger because I can't read these small letterings. All right, Fat Joe sued for $20 million. His claims of underage sexual assault denies Hype Man's claims. So Fat Joe's Hype Man has now said that he has been in this relationship, in this abusive relationship with Fat Joe for the last many, many years. So Fat Joe is sued by his former hype man, T.A. Dixon, after Fat Joe this April sued Dixon for alleged defamation when Dixon took to social media to express Fat Joe allegedly slept with a 16-year-old. Dixon
I thought he was accusing him of sexually assaulting him. Okay. All right.
Say him too.
Oh,
Dixon
him
is
too.
now suing Fat Joe with claims of coercion. Dixon is allegedly
Bless you.
Oh.
Bless you.
Dixon is alleging that Fat Joe coerced him into 4,000 acts.
4,000.
4,000. to maintain his standing. In a very detailed filing, Dixon claims to witness Joe S.A. 15 and 16-year-olds sexually assault. Fat Joe's team says the lawsuit filed by Tyrone Blackburn and Terrence Dixon is a blatant act of retaliation, a desperate attempt to deflect attention from the civil suit we filed first, which exposed their coordinated scheme to extort Mr. Cartagena through lies. Wait, Tony, there's a video that explains all of this, and I want to find it really quickly.
Is that the one that you had in there earlier?
Did I put that in there? I don't think so. Somebody sent it to me yesterday.
Why does he know it's 4,000 acts? You think he was keeping a ticker?
Because I saw this yesterday, and I was like, do you think that he was counting?
Yeah, like
how many
he was
times?
like doing the 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, like because I was like, how do you know?
Yeah,
I would have been like, multiple times he did
acts.
this.
Yeah,
but not that in entirety. So I just be confused about people that come out with this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, like, why are you coming out? Like, what happened to you to make you want to do that?
Yeah, that is strange behavior, and I'm sorry to hear that that's Fat Joe. But who else came out last? Oh, Tyler Perry was last. It wasn't last week. The other day. This week.
We discussed that.
Yeah.
Is it sharing right
I
now?
got you.
Hold on. Tristan's back.
Hold
on 1 second.
But y'all believe it? This is a Blackburn guy.
Yes, so Blackburn was the one who was representing D-Rod in the Diddy case. Did all of that get dropped?
Pretty much. They threw it out. They ended up throwing it out.
Because I was like, we haven't heard from him in the whole entire trial so far with Diddy.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, like, Blackburn need to not do these cases anymore. This was a hilarious breakdown of this trial. I was more so enthralled with the
commentary.
With the commentary.
Fat Joe hit with $20 million lawsuit over disturbing allegations of sex acts with minors and more. This article is from Hot New Hip Hop, so let's go see what they have to say. Fat Joe has yet to put out a statement regarding the allegations, but he's represented by attorney Joe Tacopina. I almost said Tropicana. Fat Joe is facing a new lawsuit from his former hype man, Terrence T.A. Dixon. Isn't the other guy's name Derek Dixon? You gotta watch out for them Dixons. Accusing him of alleged coercive labor exploitation, financial fraud, sexual manipulation, violent intimidation, and psychological coercion. According to Variety, Dixon filed the lawsuit in the U.S. District Court, Southern District of New York, with a trigger warning on the first page. It's always the Southern District of New York. If you ever got problems with the Southern District of New York, just hang it up because they always win. The entire filing comes in at 157 pages and contains allegations that Joe had sexual relations with minors. Over the course of working with Joe for over 16 years, Dixon alleges he was coerced into more than 4,000 sexual acts to maintain his standing within the enterprise. What? He also alleges he personally witnessed Fat Joe engage in sexual relations with children who were 15 and 16 years old. To that effect, he listed 3 separate Jane Does. He alleges one of them would perform oral sex and other sexual acts in exchange for cash, clothing, and payment of her cell phone bill. Dixon further alleges that Joe was in love with the 3rd Jane Doe. Defendant was in love with minor Doe 3. He even contemplated leaving his wife. The defendant paid all minor Doe 3's bills and even took her overseas to his tour stops. He brought her to Florida and would put her up in a condo he rented a few blocks from his house with his wife, the lawsuit states. If that's true, that's real fucked up. That is real fucked up. You gotta be careful being a hip-hop wife. In a recorded conversation, minor Doe 3 and her 15-year-old cousin described in detail to plaintiff how inappropriate it was for defendant, who was in his late 30s at the time, to be fawning over children. Other allegations include Joe allegedly committing financial fraud and wage theft, using death threats and intimidation tactics to silence him, and more. Dixon has hired Tyrone Blackburn to represent him in the case. Blackburn previously made headlines by representing Lil Rod in his bombshell lawsuit against Diddy in 2024. With the lawsuit, Dixon is seeking up to $20 million in damages. Fat Joe has yet to respond to the lawsuit. He is represented by attorney Joe Tacopina. Tacopina has previously drawn national attention for his defense of A$AP Rocky in his recent assault trial. Well, that's the story. I will be back with updates as...
Wow.
I loved how he did that. Like, it was so factual. Like, what?
Yeah. Oh, that's awful.
Yeah, that's awful.
Let me ask y'all this.
Allegedly.
I am not victim blaming because I don't really feel there's a victim here. However, why the hell we always suing? If the man is sleeping with minors, you don't want him locked up and taken away?
Yeah.
Why we go for the money first?
And then this. So is he alleging that he essayed him too?
Well, 4,000 times.
Well, yeah.
He made him do 4,000. Okay, yes. He's not saying that Fat Joe assaulted him. He's saying Fat Joe made him.
No, he's saying.
Assault people.
I think he's saying that Fat Joe assaulted him, and he also assaulted minors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like. He had to engage in 4,000 sex hours himself with Fat Joe to stay in good standing.
Oh my goodness.
And then he was also not only sleeping with minors, but wage thefts and all kinds of other financial fraudulent things.
My goodness.
4,000 days is more than 10 years?
But this is his hype man, and he said that he made him do it so that he could stay his hype man. Yeah. And you wanted to be a hype man so bad.
In all your life, that's all you wanted to do was be a hype man.
That
man. You couldn't go find another goddamn job somewhere else.
Right.
Cool.
Wow.
And $20 million, that's it?
Wow.
Okay.
Well, your boy Chris Brown is in the news.
Chris
Brown do now?
Nothing. He pled not guilty.
Oh, okay.
My booby.
Good.
Chris Brown enters a not guilty plea over alleged bottle attack at London. So this is the thing that they had locked him up for, and they were trying and that threatened to postpone the start of his case. But they're going to court now, and he says he's not guilty. Lizzo admits that she tried Ozempic amid weight loss transformation.
And then what happened?
I think she says it didn't work for her.
Because I heard it doesn't work for everybody, right?
I guess not. Lizzo tried GLP-1 drugs like Ozempic for weight loss, but found success by changing her diet to include meat. Various celebrities, including Rosie, Meghan Trainor, and Kendra Wilkinson, have shared their experience with weight loss medications like Mounjaro and Ozempic. Some stars like Lottie Moss and John Gosselin have had negative experiences with Ozempic, while others like Tracy Morgan and Sharon Osbourne have found success with the drug. The Truth Hurts singer admitted she had tried Ozempic and other GLP-1 drugs, a class of drugs primarily used to manage type 2 diabetes and obesity, before deciding that the method wasn't the most effective way for her to achieve her weight loss. I tried everything, she said. Ozempic works because you eat less food. Yeah, so if you eat right, it makes you feel full. But if you can just do that on your own and get mind over matter, it's the same thing. In fact, the 37-year-old who's been documenting her weight loss journey since 2023 said she only started seeing the results she wanted when she made a simple change to her diet, eating meat. What did it for me? It was not being vegan. Because I was vegan, I was consuming a lot of fake meats. I was also eating a lot of bread. I was eating a lot of rice, and I had a lot to eat a lot of it to stay full.
She seemed like she was doing Lizzo, in no way or form that's how you're supposed to do it. Breads and rices are not what you're supposed to do.
Never is that not
like
what it is.
That's just not how it works.
Yeah.
So I understand why.
So she said when she started eating whole foods and eating like beef and chicken and fish, I was actually full and not expanding my stomach by putting a lot of fake things in there that wasn't actually filling
I
it
don't
up.
like people that turn vegan or vegetarian and just eat a whole bunch of fake meat.
Yeah.
If you want to eat meat, eat the damn meat. But eat rice and beans and the vegetables and the provisions and the things that you're supposed to eat. Stop eating a bunch of. Stop eating.
I'm not gonna eat meat.
I want vegan chicken wings. I want mad vegan chicken wings. So I'm gonna go make a vegan chicken wing and fry it out of soy and foolishness.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna fry it.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna eat it so I can pretend like I'm eating chicken wings. Baby girl, just eat the chicken friggin' wings.
Did y'all ever see them vegan oxtails?
Yes. Right, what do they make them out of? The oysters? Yeah.
Oyster mushroom.
Yeah.
Some mushrooms. Everything is.
Don't do that. If you want to eat the oxtail, just eat the friggin' oxtail. Rinse it in water.
Don't sound good. That don't sound good.
Rinse it off.
Rinse the meat off.
Just wrench it off.
Wrench it around.
Wrench it off. Drake laments over the other side of gambling, revealing almost $20 million in losses from gambling. Maybe that's Jake's problem, wasn't it?
Drake. And maybe that's why Drake is suing all of these record companies, because he's like, I gotta maintain my gambling habit.
Let me recoup the money all the $20 million that I've lost gambling. Drake is speaking up about his not so glamorous parts of gambling, admitting that he has suffered some big losses. In recent years, the rapper has become the face of gambling following a multi-million-dollar deal with the online casino company Stake. However, in an unprecedented move, Drake, who bragged about taking home $40 million just months ago, decided to be relatable to his fans in a recent post. In an Instagram stories update, the Canadian rapper was transparent with his followers about how much money he bleeds from placing bets. Per Pop Crave, he uploaded a screenshot of his records revealing that he spent a whooping $125 million in a month on just gambling, but ended up with a loss of $8.2 million. Detailed in the image was also a $50 million bet from the Nokia rapper placed under a week. Unfortunately, he ended up losing $5 million. Another bet of $75 million placed in a period of 2 weeks resulted in a loss of $5 million once again. Although the image doesn't specify the periods of the bet, in total, Drake seems to have lost almost $20 million. But that's nothing, right? Because you have $125 million to bet. Mm-hmm. So what is $20 million loss? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Who cares?
I didn't even know that. Does Drake still even make music? Because I ain't hear nothing about Drake's music. Why don't Drake tell the world about his music?
Yeah. He got that. He still got that. Who calling that?
Yeah.
Is it Keisha?
Oh, he made that one?
That's Drake.
I like that.
Oh, who's coming in?
Mm-hmm. Drake is worth $250 million.
Wow.
Yeah, all right.
Well, all right then.
He not a billionaire yet?
No.
He can't be a billionaire. He
gambling it all away.
Freaking doing that. Kanye West loses his luxury vehicle, an embarrassing scene after Diddy backlash. Kanye West recently suffered an embarrassing fail after his vehicle was reportedly seized in Los Angeles. Good. The controversial rapper has been on the...
They should seize Kanye West.
They should seize him the F up. The controversial rapper has been on the receiving end of fans' wrath after he showed up to support Sean Diddy Combs, who is on trial for sex trafficking and racketeering charges.
Why would his fans be mad at him for supporting Diddy instead of being mad at him for being a complete clusterfuck of craziness?
For being a kook. He is a kook.
I don't know, boy.
West appeared at the New York courthouse where the case is ongoing. In New York days later, a six-figure asset was taken away with no explanation. On Tuesday, West custom made...
Taking away everything but him.
Maybach? Is that how you say it? Maybach. Vehicle was seized in the parking lot of the Chateau Marmont. The Donda Academy founder is a regular at the five-star hotel with A-listers in Hollywood often reside.
Is Donda Academy still there?
Nah, they just wanted to give
Donda
a reference.
Academy, that's a rap.
They was given a reference for who he is in case people didn't know. The reason behind the seizure remains unknown. However, the Daily Mail reports that the Chateau Marmont is known for having a limited parking space problem. It could have been an illegal parking situation or a more serious issue, such as repossession of the luxury vehicle, which is reportedly worth around... How much is it worth?
250,000.
450,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
Moff.
Yeah.
I don't have my Maybach numbers
Donda
right.
Academy, founded by Kanye West, has permanently closed as of June 2024.
Oh, it just closed.
Last year.
Were people still sending their children there?
Over a year ago, yeah.
That's wild work. Sean Diddy Combs' trial, why it was abruptly canceled. It was canceled.
It was canceled on Friday for something.
Oh, today? Friday? Sean
Last
Diddy
Friday.
Combs'
No, last
trial
Friday.
has been put on pause. As the music mogul's federal trial for sex trafficking and racketeering continues in New York, Judge Aaron Superintendent delayed the June 18th proceedings due to a juror who fell ill. Not Friday, Danielle. Wednesday.
Today, Friday.
She's still thinking today is Monday.
Yes, I'm like, it just passed 2 days ago.
We have a sick juror who could not be here and had vertigo. I had that the other day too. Was on their way here and had to turn back. The juror's partner notified us. Subbranian said he is not here and he is on the regular jury, so it appears we cannot go on today. So that is why that was suspended on Wednesday. Cassie threatens a man who says told her he's been seen freak off video in Diddy's defense exhibit. Oh, she threatened him? Say more. Diddy's defense played jurors an audio recording of Cassie confronting a man who she says had told her he'd been shown a video of her doing a freak off. And now we're finally getting to hear what was played for the jury. In a batch of freshly released Diddy defense exhibit, there's an audio file that Diddy's defense team says features Cassie making death threats to a man she calls Shuggish. The recording was played in court over a month ago during Cassie's testimony, but it's only now being made public. Y'all got to listen to listen. I hate that. You gotta listen to the clip. You can hear Cassie tell the man she will kill him if he doesn't immediately show her a video. She says she's never killed anyone, but she would kill him because he's messing with her life.
Yeah, I've threatened so many people to kill them when I was angry because I wanted something.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't kill anyone. It was something that a lot of people say in their anger.
Mm-hmm. Where is it?
So do they want us to, what do they want? They want to prove that Cassie's violent and that she's what do we,
I don't know.
What is it that we would like to
Cassie says she
prove
never
here?
wanted anyone to see the video and demands he show her the video. And a couple times she tells him someone other than her will kill him. So he's going to get killed somehow.
Probably
the
Diddy.
video.
Oh, she was in her Diddy bag.
The video, exactly. The video was played for jurors on May 16th when Cassie was cross-examined, and the incident is from March of 2014, and it happened in Atlantic City. Cassie testified she confronted Shujik after he claimed he'd seen her in a freak-off video. So she was like, she did it. She was like, yeah, I did that. And what? I'm going to kill him.
I would have threatened to kill him
too. Diddy's alleged drug mule takes the stand with immunity deal, and the trial reveals dark secrets. So the drug mule jurors in Sean Diddy Combs' federal trial will hear from a close ally of the rapper when former Syracuse basketball star
That's
Brandon
the drug
Paul
mule.
takes the stand today. Paul became embroiled in Diddy's legal drama in April of 2024 after he was named in a lawsuit filed by Rodney Lil Rod Jones against the disgraced mule. The music producer claimed Paul worked as a mule for Combs, procuring and distributing drugs and guns. The former college basketball star was then charged with felony cocaine possession, which was later dropped. Paul was given immunity in exchange for his testimony in Diddy's federal sex trafficking and racketeering trial. So that will happen today, and we will hear about that on Monday. We will give you guys an update on that. And then what is this here?
Yes.
Oh, that's that. And that's it.
That's it.
That's it. It is my birthday time. Time to go.
Yes, sir.
11:13. Everybody, listen, have a great weekend. It's going to be decent weather. There are many, many things going around in and around wherever you live. Have fun, drink responsibly, be good, and let's make this a Juneteenth to be proud of.
And to remember, because we might not have more of them.
That is true again.
Hello. It's free for right now.
We free-ish.
Free-ish.
Free-ish. Anyhow, Saucy and Friends in the Morning. This has been us on SparkFMOnline.com. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in over the weekend. Lots of good programming for all of you guys. And see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Peace out.
That is not funny. They're laughing. I kill you.
What is this, Doctor? This is
Well, Spark of New England, Spark FM.
bringing the heat back to the airwaves.
Turn us up.
All right, let's take a look.
Praise the Lord, City of Boston. This is Brother Chris right here on Spark FM.
Come on, sing it.
Bringing you Sunday morning worship each and every Sunday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Let's get our praise on.
Got a side hustle you want to turn into a real business? Thinking of expanding your brand or launching your next big idea? Then this is for you. It's Vibes and Ventures, a 3-part Caribbean business series designed to empower you, the entrepreneurs, creatives, and small business owners of our community. Join us at the Spark Media and Culture Center, 1195 Blue Hill Ave, from 6:30 to 8 p.m.